Jacksonville. Tonight, a good one coming your way in the AFC. It's the Kansas City Chiefs and the Jacksonville Jaguars. The return starts from the 5. He'll get across the 20, knock him down at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Here's Lawrence to throw right away. That is incomplete. There's no way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up second down.
And that's exactly what every defense is trying to do in the passing game. They want to muddy up these windows, Mike, make every throw as contested as possible. No separation, contact right at the catch point, and does a great job forcing the incomplete pass.
Second down, Lawrence. There's a short one. He's got screens. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
4 brings up 3rd and 6.
Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. That'll be caught. It's Hunter. That's a dozen for number 12, and he's got a first down as well.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
Here's carry number 1 for Travis Etienne. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line. 22 yards, the pickup there. First down, Jacksonville.
I think it's clear this is something this offense wants to major in, the ability to run the ball effectively against this defense. And after that big gain, you have to imagine they're going to come back to it and dare him to stop it.
Going to get that complete. Jacoby Myers. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
14 more yards.
Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pickup of 14 and a first down.
10 at the 25-yard line.
And they certainly don't waste any time getting him involved. And we knew coming in that he would be a part of the game plan. But if this is a sign of things to come, he could be in store for a big game.
Not much there. Maybe a yard.
McDuffie on the tackle. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 23-yard line.
From the 23, here's 2nd and 8. In motion is Myers. Now to tap this one forward, the receiver heading left.
The ball carried by a wide receiver. Trent McDuffie on the tackle. A gain of 4 brings up 3rd and 4.
Play 8 of the opening drive coming up, and now they face third down. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. There's Hunter. It's complete, and he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on third down.
Now they're entering the area of the field, especially with the amount of yards they've gained on this possession, Mike, where it feels like a touchdown is critical. For the defense, settling for a field goal here, especially with the ball where it is, feels like a win.
Nowhere to go. He is taken down. Multiple times and all pro. That is Chris Jones in there to drop him that time. It's a loss of 7.
And that's a big-time play. It felt like they really needed it, Mike. That was a drive where the offense seemed to be in complete control. Anytime on the defense where you find yourself on your heels, you're giving up big plays, you're giving up fresh set of downs, you need a spark. You need something to change the momentum of the drive, and we'll see if that was it right there.
Travis Hunter was the intended target. And it's going to bring up a third down.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver.
And that is caught. He's in. Jacoby Myers. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Chiefs, nothing.
Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. It's Xavier Worthy on the return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Mahomes going to fire quickly to Worthy. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
Got a man, that's Rashee Rice. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
It's a gain of 20.
Mahomes finding Rice for the Kansas City first down.
First down.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself in your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
And they'll take this down inside the 35. This duo, dynamite. 18 yards on that connection, and another first.
Anytime you're playing zone defense and everybody's eyes are on the quarterback, it's really easy to lose sight of some of the receivers. That's exactly what happened here. He started all the way on the far side of the field and worked his way across. Found a soft spot in the zone, and quarterback's able to put it on.
And that'll be good for a gain of about 4 as he is forced out of bounds.
That quarterback called that play in the huddle. That ball was only going to one guy. He was the first read, the second read, and the check down, and it was called to perfection. They got the perfect look and led to a nice game.
Ball on the 27. Here's second down and 5. To the air once more, it's Mahomes. This one is caught by Hollywood Brown. He's taken down just shy of the 10. A gain of 16 on that pass play. First down, KC.
A gain of 16 yards.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's now second and 6 at the Jaguars' 7-yard line.
Right back to the air for Mahomes. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a third down.
And it was really the pressure that threw that play off, Mike. I mean, he tries to counter the blitz by going to the quick game, which is fine, but it just seemed like they weren't necessarily on the same page and results in a drop.
Mahomes going to throw here on third down. And that is incomplete.
Teams practice these situations all week long, Mike. Down here in the tight red zone, you find yourself inside the 10-yard line. You're thinking, we've got to come away with a touchdown. Well, after that third down incomplete, It's going to be real interesting to see how they approach this fourth down after failing on third.
A 24-yard attempt.
Butker's kick is good. And the Chiefs are on the board. It's 7-3.
Chiefs 3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
After the made field goal, Butker back on the field to send this one away. On the return, it's Parker Washington. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Jaguars offense going to take over now for the second time. They'll give it to ETN to start this drive. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. They'll gain 17 on that one. A very quick first down.
This offense has to be thrilled, Mike, with the success they've had here on the ground in this opening quarter. Now as the rest of the game unfolds, everything in the game plan continues to open up.
On first down, Lawrence. Throw left side, taken in by Thomas. And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield. A gain there of 10 yards. That's good for a Jaguar. First down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Lawrence gives this one to ETN. And a determined run there inside the 40. It's a gain of 9 yards.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 1. Lawrence up to Hunter. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 3, but that is good enough for a first down.
3 yards.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Tackled at the 34-yard line. 1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 9. Now here's Lawrence. A quick slant into the hands of Thomas. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Second time they've hooked up on this drive. This one good for 12 and a first down.
Let's give some credit to this offensive line. Once they identified the blitz, you could see them communicating with one another to make sure everybody is on the same page. And that's what gave the quarterback enough time and found the open man.
And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
So these, Mike, are the body blow runs. They're not big gains. They're nothing fancy. But they really set that physical tone for the rest of the game where now a good play caller can use some of these early runs to set up something a little bit bigger down the road.
Lawrence now on 2nd down. Moving to his left.
And this is one of the cases, Mike, where defenders, they get their eyes in the wrong spot. They call it eye discipline. He catches them looking elsewhere. It allows him to get upfield and make this third down a lot more manageable.
They've moved the ball well here, but now face 3rd and 2. So they'll talk over what to do on this third down play as we have hit the end of the first quarter. 7-3 is our score. We'll have more from Jacksonville after this. The Jaguars with the ball as quarter number 2 begins. Now a 3rd and 2 as we are ready to get back underway. Pushed out to his left. And he's into the end zone. Trevor Lawrence. Touchdown Jaguars. He's got another one. His 2nd touchdown of the evening. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs could be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. Nico Remigio to bring it back. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Chiefs offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. They trail now 14-3, so an 11-point deficit as they start things out with 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Mahomes. He's across midfield. Hollywood Brown. And what an effort after the catch. He goes all the way. 71 yards. Touchdown, Kansas City. A terrific job all the way around, especially after the catch, Greg, to take it to the end zone for a touchdown.
I'm just so impressed by the acceleration of this receiver, Mike. He catches what is a short pass, and he's able to turn it up the field and take it all the way for 6. That is an impressive play, run after catch.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. Washington now to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here comes the Jacksonville offense now, heading back onto the field. They go play action for Lawrence. This one caught left side, that screen. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. An ideal beginning to this drive. 24 on the first play.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
ETN now on 1st and 10. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Jacoby Myers was the intended target. And 3rd down coming up.
And this is where the timing of these passing game, you see guys, they call it routes on air, Mike. During the course of the week, there's no defense, nobody playing on coverage, but it's the timing. It's be on time, get your depth, be where the quarterback expects you to be, because then when the game starts, things get sped up just a little bit more for the quarterback. And in this case, it's a perfect example. He's open, he tries to lead his guy, just puts a little too much in front of him.
A gain there of 23 yards. 1st down, Jacksonville.
first and 10.
And this is what can happen when you're so worried about protecting the sticks, Mike. You force them to throw the ball underneath, but then you've got to be able to rally the ball and tackle. But they weren't able to do it before he gets the line to gain, and he ends up picking up the first down anyway.
They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
On the give, it's ETN. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
In motion comes Thomas. Lawrence from the gun here on 3rd down. Got a man, it's Thomas. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
Little's kick is good. And the Jaguars will open up a touchdown lead. It's now 17-10. So after the field goal, back out is Little to kick this one away. Remigio now on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Chiefs offense starting to trot out for this next possession. Find themselves trailing 17-10 now as they come up with 1st down and 10. Now the former rushing champ, it's Kareem Hunt. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 16, and very quickly, a 1st down.
This is a guy who's been doing it at a high level, Mike, for a long time. Not too many running backs finding success in the NFL past the age of 30. That's usually when they kind of ride off into the sunset, but as always, there's the exception to every rule.
Right side, caught by Wiley. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
2nd and 6 at the 46-yard line.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 6. On the ground, this is Hunt. And he's going to have a 1st down. Good run down inside the 45-yard line.
That's good.
Really nice job by the interior of this offensive line. It typically just takes one guy to distort the defense to give the back enough room to operate, and that's exactly what they did here, and it led to a big gain.
1st and 10. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. To the left side. It's caught by Brown. And they'll take this down inside the 35. That's his 3rd catch of this 1st half, and good enough for a 1st down.
Mike, you've heard me say it 1,000 times. The easiest down to throw the ball in the NFL is 1st down. I hate when teams wait till later in the possession to throw the ball. So early 1st down completion, you're on the plus side of the field. Now you're thinking strike. Touchdown, field goal, but either way, I'm coming away with points.
Out of bounds at the 24-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd and a couple. Throwing is Mahomes. To the sideline, caught by Worthy. And he gets run out of bounds. A short pickup, but it's good enough for a first down.
Certainly not the biggest gain by any means, but he does a really nice job getting past the sticks, keeping his feet in bounds, and ultimately picks up the first down.
They put Kelce in motion. This one into the hands of Brown.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules, and the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop, and that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
First time he's caught a ball here tonight, and it is good for a first down.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now, this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's first and goal.
This defense backed up, but they bring the fire there. Stop him before he can get past the 3-yard line. From a little closer, here's second and goal. Hunt is into the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and that's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
Butker's extra point is good, and the Chiefs will come back to tie things at 17. So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. Now return coming from the 7. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin then. The Jaguars offense ready to come back out for this next possession. From the 25, they'll go to work. First and 10. In motion is Hunter. Lawrence now to throw on first down. That's swung out to ETN. And they're going to mark him down up past the 35. That was good for a dozen. And a very quick first down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
Well, he shows you the elusiveness getting out of one tackle, but he's not the other. Fortunate, really, to get back to the line of scrimmage on that play.
Brings up second and 9.
So, from the 37, here's second and 9. Play action now. It's Lawrence. He'll drop this for ETN. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down.
That's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Throwing is Lawrence. Now a screen set up for ETN. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
It's a gain of 8.
Well, a little unconventional play call here. You don't traditionally see the screen game used on third down at these shorter down and distances. But in this case, they catch the defense off guard, they timed it up well, and the back is able to convert and pick up the first down.
A first down throw for Lawrence. Over the middle, it is Strange. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
That is caught out wide on the RPO.
Complete to Jacoby Myers. A gain of 2 brings up second and 8 at the 34-yard line.
They'll come up on a second down and 8. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. The Jags will use the first of their timeouts here, and they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Back to throw. Lawrence. To the left side. It is caught by Myers. And he's close to another first down. He's brought down just shy of the marker.
It's a gain of 9.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
Now second down throw for Lawrence. Throw to the sideline. Well done. Good job with the feet. Stays in bounds. It looks like, and yes, they do, have the first down.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
Now a timeout for Jacksonville. They're second as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this first half.
A gain of 3 brings up second and goal.
Ball at the 3, second down and goal. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And he'll take it on in. Jacoby Myers. Touchdown, Jacksonville. That's his second touchdown tonight. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer. Because right now, they don't have it for this guy.
24, Chiefs 17.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Remigio now on the return. The Chiefs offense going to get it one final time in this first half.
At their own 27-yard line.
They put Kelce in motion. First down throw. Mahomes looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete. He was trying to get it to Xavier Worthy there. And it'll bring up second down.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it, continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running back, there is a lot of space open underneath.
And that's going to be a Chiefs first down as the tackle's made at about the 38-yard line.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. Throw left side is taken in by the tight end, Kelce. Now a timeout signal for them, and they'll get it with 10 seconds until the break.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down. A gain of 15. And a first down, Chiefs.
Set to go now on first and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. That's caught by Hunt. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Harrison Butker on now for the field goal. This one from 54 yards out. And this is no good. Could not get it on target. So we're at halftime. Greg and I will be back right after this. It's the National Football League on EA Sports. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. Here comes Worthy to return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. Play action here. Mahomes. Open man downfield. It's Rice. That's a gain of 19 and a very quick first down.
That's good.
Really no hesitation on the part of the quarterback, Mike. I mean, he knew where that open receiver was going to be based on his pre-snap read. The defense did nothing to alter that picture, and that's a great play to start this drive.
Now a carry for Hunt. He'll try to get back to the line, but he's not happening. Going to lose a yard.
He was taken down.
Looked like that might have been an RPO, a run-pass option. The quarterback has the ability to put the ball in the belly of the running back or pull it on the pass. Looked like he might have been better off pulling that one because he handed it off, and there was nowhere for that running back to go.
Mahomes now on second down. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up third and 5.
Here now, third and 5. Mahomes. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. 17 yards, the gain there. Good for a Chiefs first down.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets and put so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, the quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. Josh Hines-Allen in there for the sack, worked his way through. It's a loss of 5.
Impressive play by the defensive end here, Mike. It's his technique. It put him in position to not only make the play, but it's that closing speed that's allowed him to finish it off.
Mahomes looking to throw on second down. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
So often, sacks, especially on first down, can be drive killers. But their ability here to take this from second and long to third and short, they've got a really good opportunity here, Mike. If they don't get it on third, don't be surprised if they go for it on fourth.
Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's fourth down.
If you send your field goal unit on the field, Mike, it gives you a chance to chip away at this deficit. And I think I'm keeping my offense on the field. I'm going to one of my critical plays on my call sheet. Keep this drive alive. The hope is to come away with 6.
That's taken in, and he will have the first down. Needing to make something happen, trailing here in the third quarter. They convert on fourth down.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
He'll hit Kelce quickly on the RPO, and he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
Brings up second.
We hear the term RPO so often, Mike, and it continues to kind of trickle its way into the NFL. But remember, it's a lot different in the NFL than it is in the college game where it's a lot more prevalent. The lineman cannot go downfield, so that quarterback has to make a lot of really fast snapshot decisions, or else it's going to lead to a penalty or him holding on to the ball too long. So it's something that teams want to implement, but maybe not quite to the level that we see in the college game. And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point, and now the next step is, can they come away with 6?
And he will take this one across into the end zone. Touchdown, KC. He's got another one. His second touchdown of the evening. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff. Washington now to return it. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin. The Jaguars offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. Both these offenses have been in form. Is the defense going to show up? Can anybody come up with a stop? All tied here in this third quarter, and it's 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. Open right side. That strains the tight end. And he's out past the 30 and out of bounds. 12 yards on the game. That's good for a quick first down.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 4. Now Lawrence. This one is caught, and it's the tight end, Strange. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4.
5-yard gain.
We'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
They go play action for Lawrence. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete.
Initially, a nice job by the receiver. He actually was open downfield. He was able to get behind the defense, but the window closed up so quickly they couldn't get the ball to him. Prevents the big play.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. To throw is Lawrence. This one not quite on target. Got him too much. That one falls incomplete. Brian Thomas, the intended receiver. And it'll be 3rd down.
I'm not so sure he would have picked up the first down had they connected either way, but still, disappointing outcome to not at least get a handful of positive yards on that last one.
Lawrence from the gun here on 3rd down. Flushed to his left. He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a first down.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on 3rd down. Starts out as a pass, nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner, picks up the first down.
The carry here for ETN. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll run it once more with ETN. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. That's good for a Jaguar. First down.
1st and 10.
Remember this one thing, Mike. It is not how well or how often you run the ball in the NFL. It's when do you run the ball well in the NFL. And I think that's what a lot of these offensive play callers are starting to realize. Can you run the ball well in critical moments of the game? More important than how many gross yards you run for.
Now ETN. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Where a defender makes his tackles tells you a lot about his abilities. And for an interior defensive lineman, Mike, to make plays on the outside of the formation just speaks to his speed, his effort, his ability to run down the line. And we saw it here, and he takes the back down for a loss.
2nd down, Lawrence. Set up the screen here for Newton. Well, that helps. It's going to be a much more manageable 3rd down, getting some good yardage on that 2nd down play.
They may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on 2nd down, that's a really nice pickup because now it opens up your play call sheet on 3rd down where it's a little bit more manageable.
In motion comes Thomas. Now here's Lawrence. Got his man at the 6. And he will easily pick up the first down. They've got 1st and goal coming up.
So here's a play, Mike, that is clearly designed to attack the middle 3rd of the field. So think it's roughly the space between the numbers. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And once he understood where his leverage was and he gets his head around, great job by the quarterback on time, delivering a strike.
ETN. And he's going to lose yardage here, taken down back at the 8.
Back's doing everything in his power to try to get that ball around the edge to the boundary, but just great pursuit there by this linebacker, staying with his angles, running through contact, and he makes the play behind the line.
It's back at the 8 now for 2nd and goal. Again, they give it to ETN. And this is a slight improvement over the previous play. He's not going to lose yardage. He's not gaining any either. It's third down.
It's now third.
This defense doing a great job here facing this goal-to-go situation, especially on that last play. 2 stops down, and now the pressure really ramps up for this offense as they face 3rd and goal.
Throwing here on 3rd and goal. That's going to be broken up in the end zone. Incomplete. There was no space to fit that one in. And now here comes 4th and goal.
We're starting to see a lot of this on 3rd down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these 3rd down conversions. You know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball. And in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up 4th down.
Little's kick is good. And the Jaguars will move out in front, 27-24.
Job number 1 on this drive, find a way to get the lead. They, of course, would have loved to score a touchdown, Mike. But 3 points here, that's a pretty good consolation prize as it moves them out in front.
So, after the field goal, back out is Little to kick this one away. Here comes Worthy to return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. So, here comes the KC offense set to take over once more. On 1st down, it's Mahomes. That's over the middle and intercepted. That's the linebacker, Devin Lloyd. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead. It'll be a short pickup down to the 22. Nick Bolton, the linebacker, there for the stop.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 22-yard line.
So, no shortage of offense in this one as we end the 3rd. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. From the 22 now, here's 2nd down and 9. 4th quarter now, and it'll begin with a run by Etienne. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. Here's a shot toward the end zone. That one incomplete. Coverage outstanding there. Able to jar the ball free in a big spot. And now it is 4th down.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on 3rd down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up 4th down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6?
Makes the score Jaguars 30, Chiefs 24.
So, after the field goal, back out is Little to kick this one away. Remigio now on the return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Chiefs offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. That's over the middle. and caught by Rice. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
A gain of
19 yards right away to kick off this drive.
First down.
I can't tell you, Mike, how many of these offensive skill players around the league, they look at man coverage as like a personal offense. After that last completion on the way back to the hole, I think he had a few choice words for him. I think he said, hey, man, you can't guard me one-on-one. You better ask your coach for some help, because if he doesn't, you're going to be in for a long day.
Out of bounds at the 45-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Mahomes. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down.
They tried to go with the quick game here in hopes they could do something with it after the catch, but I don't think everyone was necessarily on the same page, and this ends up being a wasted down.
Mahomes going to throw here on 3rd down. That is caught. He gets the hookup with Rice. His 2nd grab on this drive, good for 11 yards, but most importantly, a 1st down.
And how about the poise of this quarterback? You find yourself down here late in the 4th quarter, Mike, facing a tough 3rd down. You've got to have it. But you know what? He calls the play, he breaks the huddle. He's like, you know what, coach? I got it. That's a big-time throw to now keep this drive alive as they go down looking for that go-ahead touchdown.
Complete to Rashid Rice. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Jaguars' 38-yard line.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 4. Mahomes going to fire quickly to Worthy. Oh, a nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
A gain of a yard on the play. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. Right back to the air for Mahomes. Got a man. It's Kelce. Complete. They get 12 yards on that pass, and the Chiefs have a 1st down.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, that on 3rd down or critical moments, that's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the match.
The ball comes out. And fortunately for him, he's able to get back on it, but it will go down as a loss on the play. Oh, man, Greg, those must be scary times for a player. Not that it happened to you often, but he lost the ball but was able to get it back and avoid the turnover.
Well, Mike, I hate to admit it, but unfortunately, I was in that situation a few times, and I'll tell you what, when that ball pops out of your hand, the only thing on your mind is there anything I can do to get it back? In this case, he was able to get it back, and he dodged the bullet.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 6.
Converted twice on 3rd down already on this drive. Now can they do it for a 3rd time? Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. He'll try to run for it. And he will easily pick up the 1st down. They've got 1st and goal coming up.
The defensive line has to do a better job of contain rushing, especially on 3rd down, Mike. You can't rush one-on-one. You have to rush as a unit. Keep the quarterback in the pocket, and when you let him get loose, this is what's going to happen.
To throw is Mahomes. Under pressure, and now he's going to go down back at the 8-yard line.
Feels like they needed that sack this entire drive. It feels like the defense was really on their heels. The offense was taking it to them really however they wanted to. So to be able to take a deep breath now, disrupt the rhythm of the drive by getting that sack, that might go a long way now to allow them to get off the field.
They put Kelce in motion. Mahomes now to throw on second down. He'll step up and run this.
Great job in coverage here. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball. He decides to tuck it and turn it to a runner. They get to him quickly. Picks up a couple yards, but not enough now. Brings up third down.
2 plays at their disposal, but they'd love to get it right here on 3rd and goal. To throw is Mahomes. It is brought in the end zone. Touchdown, Chiefs. His big night continues. His 3rd touchdown of the game. The game-tying touchdown here in the 4th quarter and a chance to take the lead with the point after.
Mike, the sideline's going crazy with that late score, but they still need this extra point to take the lead here and see if they can hang on to this 4th quarter lead.
Makes the score Chiefs 31, Jaguars 30.
So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. Washington now to return it. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Jags offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. Play action now. It's Lawrence. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
A 3-yard pickup.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
You know, there's a rule that's pretty simple when you're running routes against zone coverage, Mike, and it's as simple as if you're open, stay open. Instead, you see the receiver here, he ends up running to a covered window, and it just clouds the vision of the quarterback. Instead of throwing into a wide open target, he's now forced to throw into a contested area.
It hangs up a bit too much. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Watson.
Intercepted by the Chiefs. They'll take over 1st down 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Quick throw going to be caught by Worthy. And he's not going to get too far. Tackled after a gain of just a yard.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 31-yard line.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. Working the right side, taken in by Rice. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. Mahomes finding Rice for the Kansas City 1st down.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
These are the impact plays that this linebacker is capable of, Mike. Not only dissecting and determining where the ball was going, but then to shoot through the line of scrimmage and make this tackle for a loss. That's a big-time play by a really good player.
Mahomes now on 2nd down. Oh, the ball's out. The Jaguars have it. He rumbles his way into the end zone. The fumble recovery and the great return for the touchdown. And Greg, you talked about it all week. Not just stop them with the defense, but make impact plays, and that is as big a play as you can ask for.
Yeah, and across the league, Mike, this continues to be a huge point of emphasis. Every defensive coach starts practice with takeaway circuits. How can we find ways to take the ball away? In this case, they forced the fumble, scoop, score, 6 points.
So a big change here. They go from down 1, score the touchdown, add the 2. Now they lead by 7 as they kick it off. Good return, but he pays the price at the end. Picked up and thrown down. The Chiefs offense ready to take over once again. A first down throw for Mahomes. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
Certainly not one of his better throws, but what I've loved out of this quarterback today, Mike, was just how aggressive he's remained throughout the entire course of the game. Continue to push the ball downfield. Even if it falls incomplete, it opens up everything else in this passing game, and they've had their way so far today.
On second down, Mahomes. That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
When you air it out like that on these big shots downfield, they're not always high percentage plays. It takes a lot of things to line up timing-wise, location of the field, accuracy of the throw to result in those big plays, but I think they've got to continue to search for those and try to generate a little bit of a spark.
On third down, Mahomes. Oh, he's got a man. That's caught by Brown. And he is out of bounds at the 45. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
Okay, so now you pick up that first down, Mike, but now there needs to be a sense of urgency. You know you need to score twice. So this one, ideally for the offense, results in a touchdown. But either way, this first score of the 2 needed needs to be fast, because you need every possession you can here late in the fourth quarter.
The screen works for 10 yards and a first down.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pickup of 14 and a first down.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the first down.
They'll drop to throw. This caught right side by Worthy. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
A 6-yard pickup.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
They put Kelce in motion. Mahomes now to throw again. That is to Wiley, open on the left. And he's in. Jared Wiley. Touchdown, Kansas City.
All right, so Mike, now the interesting thing is, do you want to take the lead with still enough time for your opponent to get the ball back to go to try to win it? I think I'm kicking the extra point here, tie the game. I don't want my opponent in a fast 2-minute mode to try to win this game in regulation. Now I'm playing for overtime.
At 38 all.
Tie game. Still time to break that tie, though, as you see. Maybe run a 2-minute offense. And the kick's in the air. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Jaguars offense back onto the field for their next possession. This game all even now following that touchdown a moment ago, and they'll look to retake the lead on this drive. It starts with first down. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence.
Lawrence's pass complete to Brenton Strange. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 29-yard line.
Now, 2nd and 4. Now Lawrence. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through. And it's going to bring up a third down.
The game is there for the taking. They control their own destiny, but this brings up a really big third down here. But remember, they don't have to force it and push the ball past the sticks. Even if they come up short, they still have 4th down in their back pocket to try to extend this drive and see if they can pull out the win here late.
Nice job there defensively to keep him in front of the marker. It's going to bring up 4th down. Now the Chiefs going to call the first of their timeouts. They get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining here in the 4th. On 4th down, the Jaguars send out the veteran Logan Cook to punt. Back deep, Xavier Worthy. And it'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. The Chiefs offense getting set to get back to work. We're all even. 4th quarter, so every drive so important at this stage. And they'll start with 1st and 10. Mahomes back. Throw across his body is complete. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. Now KC going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. Stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Final minute, 1 timeout remaining. And it's 1st and 10. He'll hit Kelce quickly on the RPO.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
Here comes 2nd down. Off the play fake, here's Mahomes. That is incomplete, so the task gets more difficult. Time for maybe 2 plays. That's it.
Solid rep there for this corner, Mike. I mean, to stay disciplined with his technique throughout the entire play. So often we see when the ball's put in the air, the defender can panic, and they either get a pass interference or they misplay the ball. This time, he times it perfectly and forces the incompletion.
That's swung out to Hunt. Now a timeout call. Let's see, you're looking at a long field goal try from here. And this might be one final heave to the end zone.
A gain of 12. 1st down, Chiefs.
Big moment for a guy who's made some big kicks in his career, Harrison Butker. This to win the game. The Jags will use the first of their timeouts here. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the 1st down. Big moment for a guy who's made some big kicks in his career, Harrison Butker. This one he's gotta have. And he has missed this one. No good. And now the momentum swings to the other sideline here in overtime. Four quarters could not determine a winner. We get back underway here in overtime. Remigio now on the return. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense ready to get back at it. Play action here. Mahomes. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line. A huge play there in overtime. 31 yards.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
From the 39, here's a first and 10. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
Second and inches. Here's a run with Hunt. That one never got started. Defensive pressure too much, and they drop him in the backfield.
The key to great defensive line play is the get-off. When that ball moves, how fast can you get off the ball and get into the backfield? That's exactly what we saw here. Quick read, react, get off the block, take him down for a loss.
Third and short. Here's Patrick. Taking off, he'll try to get there. Give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs.
This is an element that defensively you always have to be ready to defend. You can't just accept that it's a pass and be so consumed with the receivers downfield. You have to account for the quarterback as a scrambler. You can see why, as he's able to get out of the pocket and pick up the first down.
On first and 10, it's Mahomes.
Mahomes pass. Complete to Marquise Brown. A 7-yard pickup brings up second and 3 at the 15-yard line.
Second down and 3. Throwing is Mahomes. To the left side in the hands of Rice. And they'll mark him out at the 8, but it is enough to set up first and goal.
That's another Kansas City Chiefs. First down. First and goal at the 8-yard line.
Here's a run, and he's going to be knocked down hard behind the line.
He was taken down.
This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
Now from the 9, it'll be second and goal. They put Kelce in motion. Now whistles. Play clock at 0, and that'll cost them 5. The task a bit tougher as they face second and goal. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. And that's going to move him closer, but they're going to need to come up with something here. Here comes third and goal.
A gain of 7 yards. It's now third and goal.
Man in motion is Brown. And some problems communicating on third down, and that's going to be a delay. Third and goal. Here's Mahomes. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
Just a couple plays ago, Mike, it felt like a touchdown was kind of inevitable. They were doing everything they wanted as they marched the length of the field, and then as they got down here close to the red zone and that field condenses, they started getting sloppy in their execution. Now, what do they do on fourth down? Do they try to keep their offense out there and extend the drive, or do they settle for 3? Of course they would have loved to finish this with a touchdown, of course. But this is the next best thing. You come out here in overtime, you get the early lead going up by 3, and now you put it on your defense. Can they come up with one stop to win this football game?
So the opening drive of overtime yields 3. Can the opponents respond? They receive the kickoff now. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Here comes the Jacksonville offense now, heading back onto the field. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Now a first throw here in overtime. That's caught over the middle by Thomas. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. An ideal beginning to this drive. 24 on the first play.
49-yard line.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can draw up all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9. Once again, it's ETN. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 5.
From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on 3rd down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on 4th down, or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
Crazy. He's got his man. It's complete to Thomas. And he's got the first down. Well done there as they pick up a 4th and 5.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Lawrence now. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Every possession is so critical in these close games. The one thing you can't have here is a turnover. Really nice job making sure that ball is uncatchable, and just line up and snap it again.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. In motion is Hunter. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. It'll be a pickup of 10. First down, Jacksonville.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up. I dare you to try to stop us, and right now this defense has no answers.
Lawrence now to throw on first down. There's that man again. Another catch. That's catch 3 just on this drop. And it gets his team a first down.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They clearly have a mismatch in their favor, and every time they've looked his way, he's continued to make big plays. If I'm this coordinator, I think I'm giving him one more shot and see if he can push this thing over the goal line and come away with 6.
On first down, Lawrence. This one complete to Washington. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the Chiefs' 16-yard line.
Second down and 8. Now here's Lawrence. To the left side, caught by Hunter. So he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
In motion comes Thomas. Lawrence from the gun here on 3rd down. Oh, looking end zone, but it is out of the reach of the receiver and incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
So now, a big spot coming here. This to extend the overtime. Now KC going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down's looming. So now, out comes the field goal unit in this pressure spot. This one he's got to have. The kick is good. Under pressure, he delivers. And we continue on. Now it's next score wins here in overtime.
And you talk about clutch right there, Mike. I mean, if he misses that kick, this game's over. But he doesn't. He delivers, and we continue on.
So, the field goal ties things up, and we're back at it as this kicks away. Remigio now on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So, here comes the KC offense set to take over once more.
27-yard line.
Short throw taken in by Kelce. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
The timing of these RPO concepts, that's the entire key. Remember, Mike, in the college game, they get a 3-yard window that they're allowed to be downfield even on a forward pass. That's not the rule in the NFL. These decisions have to be made quickly. If not, even after a good pickup, you could be coming back due to a flag.
And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up 3rd down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And That's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
And he will have the Chiefs first down by a couple of yards. They get 4 on that 3rd and 2.
And that right there, Mike, is exactly what power run game on 3rd down is supposed to look like. The defense actually doesn't do a very bad job. They just can't wrap him up, and he's able to use that strength, shed that first tackle, and pick up the first down.
Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on 1st down. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. Mahomes finding Rice for the Kansas City first down.
There's a reason certain guys, Mike, just always seem to be open. It's really because route running is more art than it is science. How do you manipulate the defense to find open spots or win versus man to create separation and earn the trust of your quarterback?
And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 46-yard line.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. That's over the middle and caught by Kelce. And they'll take this down inside the 35. His 2nd catch of the drive. This one good for 15 and a first down.
A gain of 15.
And that last throw will be the one that does it. He has now set the NFL record most passing yards in a single game. A handoff as they try to run it here. A gain of 4 as he's taken down.
Handoff to Kareem Hunt. Then Miller on the stop. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
The Chiefs will use their 3rd and final timeout here, and they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play. They'll stick with him again. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to 3rd down.
The tackle made at the 24-yard line. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 2. Harrison Butker on for the field goal. A 41-yard
This kick
attempt.
is
good.
good. He got it. So it's a win for the visiting Chiefs. They knew a field goal would do it, and a pressure kick from distance was right on the money. They come away with the victory here in overtime. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. Jacksonville. Good night, everyone.